Well, I do think it is the best album we have ever done, because I think it's actually a huge leap for us comparing to the previous albums. So I am very happy of the outcome and all of the songs and production, pretty much everything.
Yeah, you're pretty big in Japan already. Will this album be released in the rest of the world as well?
Yes, it's a worldwide release, so the official release date is, I think, 22nd of this month, April. But it's true that in Japan we are like very, very popular, and it's getting bigger actually all the time. So, I mean, we have to wait and see how big we get there eventually.
This new album, Episode, is a concept album. What is the story about?
Well, actually, it's not intentionally meant to be or written to be a concept album. It's more like a collection of songs, which many of the songs are about, time as a concept. So that's mainly. So we didn't intentionally wanted to write a conceptual album.
Okay, I would imagine that time is a pretty hard topic to write about. It's hard to grab that topic.
It is, but I mean, you can approach it from different angles. I mean, for instance, you look around you, you see everyday life is passing, and you can write stories about that too, and I mean, time is an everlasting thing, and it always will be there, so I think it's a pretty good subject to write about, We all do get older all the time.
Who wrote the lyrics in the band?
Well, actually, with this Episode album, pretty much most of the lyrics were written with the singer Timo. So, whereas in the previous albums I did, most of the lyrics. But it's great that he helps me to get a little bit of that workload away from my shoulders, because I also produced this album and stuff. So.
Since your last album, you've had a couple of lineup changes.
Exactly, yeah. We have a new keyboard player, Jens Johansson, and Jörg Michael is the drummer. So we had some problems with the previous drummer and the keyboard player, and they got to a point where we had to do something, So we had to change a few members, basically. But it's nothing earth-shattering. I mean, every band changes sometimes, some people, so.
Do you think these guys did bring something new into the band, fresh blood?
Definitely, I see a new, fresh approach with this Episode album, because, for instance, there are much more keyboard solos, because Jens is a fabulous keyboard player, and also Jörg is very heavy drummer, so they really brought us like enthusiasm and new approach for this music, so I think you can hear it very well on the album.
Musically, what is this album like compared to your 1995 album, Fourth Dimension?
Well, I would say it's like next logical step from Fourth Dimension to this Episode, but I consider we made a huge step forward from our third album, Dream Space, to Fourth Dimension, and from Fourth Dimension to this Episode, I think the leap is as big, It's really a huge step forward for this band, so the material is much better, and the songwriting and the production also, so.
As I said, this is a great album. Do you already think of that it will be hard to follow up this great album? You're about to break through in Europe, or at least you're trying. You gotta make another great album later.
Well, that's. I mean, I'm afraid of it actually, because when you listen to this is our fifth album, and when you are listening to them in a row, you really can hear that the band has progressed by every album a lot, and now we have to make a next album, which, I mean, of course, has to be even better. So, but we try very much to break in Europe by touring hard, doing lots of promotion and stuff, because I do think we have something to give for heavy metal fans, definitely.
På denne siste plata til Stratovarius det blant annet et kor og et orkester å spore, og jeg spurte Timo om dette var synthesizer som så vanlig å bruke I disse tider.
No, it's not. I wanted to use full-piece symphony orchestra and a choir for the first time I had the opportunity to do that, and I do think it adds a new dramatic sound, you know, to the songs like Season of Change and Eternity and Babylon. I really like that kind of big symphonic sound, you know.
When I heard your first album, Fright Night, I thought about German speed metal, like Halloween maybe. Do you have any influences from that direction?
Well, I do think Halloween is a good band, and they have good songs, but as far as the first album goes, you know, that was recorded in a week. So you can't really do a good and proper album and production during that time. So there are some good songs, but unfortunately the production sucks completely. So that's why, I mean, actually I think we lost a lot of fans or, you know, media attention because the album sounded so bad actually. So
this time you spent like 4 or 5 months in the studio?
Exactly, yeah. This was very, very expensive album, but we wanted to invest everything, you know, because we felt the songs are so good and they deserve it, you know.
The songs are pretty long. Is there an obvious single track of this album?
Well, yeah, it's Father Time. It's a single track, but thing is, we never plan out the songs at all, you know. I mean, so if they are long, then they are, you know, and it really doesn't mean as long as they are functioning and working, the songs, you know. I mean, you're right, there are very long songs in this album, but then there are also pretty short ones, like Speed of Light, for instance, which is only 3 minutes and stuff, so. But with every progressive band, there tend to be these epical songs, you know, long songs.
Have you shot a video for any of the songs yet? Maybe Father Time then, since that's a single?
No, but we will shoot it in a few weeks for Father Time, yeah, that's right.
Your base is in Finland, where you come from. Is it hard to stay in Finland while you're trying to break through in the rest of the world?
Well, actually, I don't even consider it, I mean, because airplanes has been invented, so, I mean, we have a multinational band because Jens is from Sweden and actually he is living in New York, and Jörg, the drummer, is from Germany, so, but I don't really consider it as a problem because, I mean, before the tours we get together like 3 weeks before and rehearse a lot, and before the albums we do a lot of pre-production things and stuff, so it really is not an obstacle at all. I do like living in Finland, but the winter sometimes gets to my nerves, you know, the long winter and the coldness.
I guess you're about to do some heavy touring. I heard rumors that you're going on the road with Virgin Steel.
Yeah, we start in early June, and we're going to play whole Europe, you know, Germany, Italy, Greece, and Spain, and all these countries. And then in the summer we play some festivals, I think in Finland, and then we go to Japan, it seems in August, for a tour, and maybe after that we do a short tour in Scandinavia, you know, so we are busy.
Okay, so we'll see you here in Norway finally.
I hope so, I mean, because I think there are some places where we could play, definitely.
You haven't been in Norway before with the band?
Never before, you know. I have actually never been in Norway, but I know the members of Conception, you know. I met them in Hamburg. So they're really nice guys, and I think it's a great band, you know.